Hello, future scuba divers. I don't know if I've done that one yet. So today we're going to be looking at this problem that is on the website. It is write a program using a while loop to make your family a temperature conversion chart that displays the temperatures in Fahrenheit and Celsius from a negative 35 degrees Fahrenheit to 125 degrees Fahrenheit in increments of 5 using this formula. So C, Celsius, is equal to 5/9 multiplied Fahrenheit input minus 32. All right, so that's a pretty standard formula. We're going to be looking at how to print something up like this. This is the result that we're looking for. We've got Fahrenheit, we've got Celsius, we've got increments of 5 over here, and we have got negative 40 all the way up. This is our Celsius degrees, this is our Fahrenheit. I'm just noticed, yep, it's from negative 35 to positive 125. All right, so we are going to have to set up our program right over here. So we want to essentially take a Fahrenheit temperature and convert it within a range. So we're going to use a while loop to do that. So while, we're going to set a variable here, f temp is less than, it's less than or equal to 125, and we want f temp to be greater than or equal to negative 35. That's going to be our range right there. So we will hit our colon right now. And now we're going to specify a couple things. So we want this F temperature to go up in an increment of 5 every time. So we're going to say that F temp is going to change plus equal 5. Just like we've done with other variables before, we're going to add 5 with each of our steps. So now our C temperature, we want to fill in that formula. What is our C temperature equal? Our C temperature is equal to 5 divided by 9, and that is multiplied by our F temp. I'm going to put this in parentheses just to be safe. F temp minus 32. All right, so that's what our C temp equals. So now when we print this out, we want to print out each one of these steps every time we go down this range over here. We want to print each one of these. So we are going to print, and then let's say we are going to do our F temp on our left side, and that is our F temp plus 5, because we want that to show every single time that we are adding 5 to it. Then I'm going to put a space, and we are then going to print our C temp. So the one thing that we haven't done is set our initial F temp value. So our initial F temp value should fall within this range. So if we go F underscore temp, it should equal a negative 35. So now we are able to run this, and we'll get some bare bone operations out of it. I'm going to file, save as, let's change this to a temp underscore converter. We'll save that. So now when I run my module, all right, we got something. It's starting at negative 25, which is not great. And then you see that it's all kind of spaced out wherever we want it. We want to fix some of this formatting. So the first thing that we want to do, we want to add a heading over here. So even before we start the loop, I want to print, and I am going to print some values. We want our headings to look like this. So we are going to print our Fahrenheit value, and then I am going to use some tabs to give that space in between. How we use tabs is that /t. So /t Celsius So now we've got Fahrenheit and Celsius, and those should be our headings. So let's test that out right now and just see if that is kind of what we want to run with. Yeah, so we've got Fahrenheit and Celsius. There's definitely a big space in between them, but we got to add some spaces over here. So let's go over here and we'll do the same thing. We're going to put in a /t for our space. We'll save and run module, see if this figured it out. Oop, I need to put a comma. So now when I run that module, close, we're getting there. We could probably use another /t. So we'll go back into that and do a /t again. Run module. That looks perfect. Cool. That's all lined up. So now we're getting to something that we haven't done before. We want to make sure that our temperature is only 2 digits long. We want it to look like this, nice and clean. So we need to format our text in a new way. So how we're going to do that is by using a format function. So I'm going to take C and I'm going to put it in its own parentheses, and I am going to say it is format. So we're going to format it. Now the format actually comes before our representation over here. So what we need to format is that we want to put in quotations and in a squiggly bracket or a brace, and we are going to do : .2f, and I'm going to explain that in just a second. So how we have this worded is that we are going to format the C temperature, and then we're going to keep to the second decimal places. We're not rounding, well, we are rounding, but we are not just rounding everything up to 2. And then we have F right here, meaning that it's a float. So we want to make sure that we have our float rounded to our second decimal place or our 100th place. That is our format over here. So let's see if that fixed the problem. And let's run the module. Okay. Oop, some invalid syntax. I need to put another dot right here. Let me hit a dot. There we go. Cool. So it is a dot format over here. So now when we run this, we should have something that looks a little cleaner. Wow, that's looking really nice. The one thing that's still an issue is that we've got a -25 that starts here. So what I'm seeing is that it's equaling this and it's automatically adding up, and we want to start this a little bit lower. So I'm going to drop this down to -45 for our initial temperature, just to expand the range a little bit. So now when I run this module, I'll save it. Whoop. It doesn't run because we don't have a large enough range over here. So let's drop this down as well, and we'll run module. There we go. It starts at -35 and it goes all the way up to +135. Ah, shoot. We need to drop down our range a little bit over here, and we'll hit run. And then we'll save it. Now the reason that it's doing this is because we have this interval count over here, and it's just not looking as pretty as we'd like it. So that's all that I have. I hope that helped you with this project. You have one now that you have to do on your own. You are making your own multiplication table. So there's not going to be a video for that one just yet, but if there's enough issues or questions about it, I might make a video on that as well. So here you go. Best of luck. Try it out. I'll talk to you later. See ya.